Okay, let's build a custom GPT to help me with my newsletter. So here's my newsletter. I put all of my past newsletters into this Google Doc right here to help train the GPT. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna save this as a PDF right now. Saved as a PDF there. So I have the custom GPT there. Newsletter GPT, just like it was already named. Description, help me with my newsletters. So instructions, my goal is to just give this newsletter GPT a rough idea, and it helps generate the full newsletter in my brand voice. So some instructions for that are simply going to be, you are a professional copywriter. I will give you a newsletter idea, and you will make the fully finished version in my brand voice. So some tips for that is all newsletters should be under 350 characters. Characters are words. Best newsletter practices. We'll just check it right here, what they say. I believe it's under 50. How many words should a newsletter be? I've already searched it up before. So 200, 500. I'm going to say under 300 because I don't want to waste people's time with my newsletter. So it should be under 350 words. That's cool. Utilize white space and make it value packed. We're going to test this out after. So this is just the V1 knowledge. So I'm going to upload that that PDF that I just add. Past newsletters.pdf. So past newsletters. Okay. Past newsletters.pdf. We'll upload that right there. And then I also want some professional newsletter advice from people who have done it before. So someone who I really like is Matt Gray. So we'll just search up Matt Gray newsletter tips. And I'm sure I've already looked at this before right here. 8 simple steps to grow your newsletter. Best newsletter practices, Matt Gray. Check this out. So this is definitely a good one. So building and managing your email list has tons of good tips. This is more about distribution, so we're not going to worry about that. Send it right, that's the one we've already opened. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to print the page, save it as PDF so we can get all this information and add it to our GPT. Matt Gray newsletter tips. Okay, so this will save the whole website page and all the information that we need. We're going to add this. Matt Gray should be there. Newsletter tips, perfect. Okay. So Matt Gray newsletter tips is uploading. Based off this, I think this will be good for a V1. So we're just going to create this GPT and let's see how it performs. So GPT is published, view GPT. This is my next newsletter, so we're just going to use this template that I've used before. This is the last newsletter I wrote, and we're going to hopefully get the next newsletter and put it directly into Beehive. So we can close this, close this, close this, stay organized. Newsletter GPT. So it has the instructions that based off of just an idea, it should come up with the fully fleshed newsletter. So let's just test that out. It might not even work like that. My next newsletter will be about 3 mistakes I made on the way to my first exit. Now, the reason I'm making it this is because I shared a carousel recently that has this information. So I sold my first company at 20. These 3 mistakes almost cost me millions. And it's just 3 mistakes that I made and some tips about them. So I want the newsletter to be the exact same information. Obviously, I didn't put the information in yet, but let's just see what it can come out with, and then we'll go from there. So next newsletter will be about 3 mistakes I made on my way to my first exit. Help me generate this newsletter. Let's just test and see what it comes out with based off that. Okay, amazing. So this is a very a very decent V1 that we made in, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. We'll see how long that was. Not sure exactly. So let's just see how we can improve it now. So we didn't actually give them the tips, so just generated the tips, but these are pretty good, right? Built solo too long, ignored product market fit signals, chased revenue, not retention. I mean, these are mistakes that I made, but they aren't the mistakes I want to focus on. So I can just go in, put in the mistakes, but the thing we want to see is like what its output quality was and how we can improve that, because I can always go in and put those mistakes different times. So no fluff, just 3 lessons I wish I knew earlier. So right off the bat, this sounds like some AI garbage. This is what every newsletter seems like, and that's what I want to avoid. But this is a very good V1, I think. 3 mistakes I made, so you don't have to. Okay, so I think the main thing that I want to do to edit this GPT is just make it a bit, remove your professional copywriter. I will give you, so what I'm going to do is go to ChatGPT or ChatGPT. I want to make a custom GPT that helps me write my newsletters. Help me give it good, I believe it's called prompt, instructions so the output doesn't sound generic and like AI. It should sound natural and relatable. We'll just do that, see what sort of instruction it gives us. When we write engaging, they should sound like me, not like, okay, so that's nice. Cool, so based off that, what we're gonna do is just, okay, I mean, this is a nice prompt, so we'll just, we're just gonna add this. So 500 words, we're gonna remove that, make it sound like I'm talking directly to a friend over coffee. Yep. Perfect, so that's nice. We will update it, and now we're gonna give it the exact same prompt that we had before, but this time with the 3 questions the 3 mistakes. So help me generate a newsletter about 3 mistakes I made on the way to my first exit. Here's the 3 mistakes. Pricing battle, it was free plan, and what was the 3rd one? Let me check. Let me see if I can hopefully just copy this text. I cannot. Keeping dead features. Ooh. Okay, that's we don't know what just happened, but we will just, okay. Keeping dead features. Let's see what it comes out with. 3 mistakes I made on the way to my first exit. So we can obviously improve that, but for a rough V1 in ideation, I think this is a solid GPT that I'm going to use. And the more newsletters that I end up writing, obviously I'm not just going to copy and paste it from this. I'll use this for ideation, then I'll go put my own personal touch to it and keep updating this GPT with the newsletters that I end up publishing so that it can get more and more accurate and sound more like me. So yeah, I think for a V1, this is pretty decent. We made it in, I think like 15 minutes. So it's going to save me a lot of time. Now I can just come up with a list of ideas, input it into this custom GPT, get a rough V1, and then I just have to go through, edit it, and make it in my own voice. So cool. Thanks for joining.